We witnessed a slaughter on Sunday night. Washington versus Oakland was one of the most one-sided and dominant performances I've ever seen from the Redskins. Honestly, if Jamison Crowder and Simon J. Pirine didn't each fumble the ball, there is a very good chance they would have shut out one of the best offenses in the entire NFL. Carr didn't look like himself in this game. He threw 2 interceptions and both were bad balls. In his first one, that happened on his very first pass attempt, the Redskins are in cover 2 with 2 deep safeties. Breeland is the underneath zone defender, but starts at the 7-yard line, which helped disguise his coverage as cover 4. After the snap, he gets a jam on Cooper, which slows him down on his go route. Seeing the deep left safety in his area, Cooper completely quit on his route. Carr still looks over and launches his pass deep anyways, which allows Nicholson to track and come away with the turnover. Now, I didn't like that Cooper quit on his route, but if you're Derek Carr, you can't throw this pass. Carr's second interception came in the second quarter. The Redskins were in cover 1, playing man-to-man coverage on all the receivers. Before the snap, Derek Carr stepped up to make an adjustment on the line of scrimmage, and DJ Swearinger raised both of his hands to signal something to the defense. There is a chance he knew the Raiders were going to run 4 verticals. More likely, however, he was just telling the cornerbacks that he was blitzing so they didn't have inside help on the routes. Based on this, Kendall Fuller took inside leverage on Seth Roberts. This allowed him to make a ridiculous play by cocking his head back and intercepting the ball. In general, this defense played really good pattern match all game. Anytime Carr threw an underneath pass, they rallied and wrapped up the receiver for small gains. For an offense like the Raiders that is primarily West Coast, this was a definite drive killer. They ran clear-out routes with a drag underneath like in this play and couldn't gain anything beyond what the immediate throw was for. From a scheme perspective, the Redskins stayed in cover 2 for the vast majority of the game. Josh Norman and Bashaud Breeland played sides in this coverage. What that means is that Norman stuck to his left while Breeland took the right. Versus teams that have a clear star wide receiver, like the Cowboys with Dez Bryant, they will usually travel Norman to that side. However, since Crabtree and Cooper are both good receivers, they decided not to travel or really play that much man coverage at all in this game. In the first half alone, they played just 1 pass attempt in man coverage, and it ended in Fuller's interception. Beyond that though, they stayed in pure zone coverage for the rest of the game. From a player perspective, the big story from last Sunday was Josh Norman completely going off on Cooper and Crabtree in his post-game interview. There was a rumor going around that they told him they would put up 200 yards on the Redskins defense. Well, that obviously didn't happen, and I'm not totally sure where that rumor came from, as it would be completely out of character for Cooper to say anything like that. Regardless, Norman did play well for the entire game and only gave up 1 catch for 7 yards on just 2 targets. He honestly wasn't tested that much, but his coverage was so tight that it would have been a mistake to throw at him anyways. The Raiders in this game did have a few missed opportunities. Cooper dropped 1 pass, and Crabtree dropped 2, including this deep ball down the sideline. It's 3rd and long, so the Redskins defense set their landmarks at the sticks trying to prevent the first down. Crabtree understood what they were trying to do, so he throttled down, which made Bashaud Breeland completely bite on his route. The ball was one of the better passes Carr threw all night, but Crabtree dropped the ball and then was absolutely decimated by the safety. The other big missed opportunity was on this deep pass to Cooper. Carr actually had time in the pocket, but he just slightly overthrew this ball. From my notes, it wasn't even just a passing game. On 11 designed running plays, the Redskins defense held the Raiders' run game to just 27 yards. On 3rd and 2, the Raiders ran one of their top running concepts called duo. In this play, the offensive line attempts to set 2 double teams at the point of attack, while the running back reads the Mike linebacker. Based on his movement, Lynch will cut opposite. So in this play, the Mike linebacker crashed through the strong side C gap, which told Lynch to cut outside and to his left. On the edge, Preston Smith shed his block from the tight end and dragged him down before he can get the first down. Now, I know what he did was the correct read, but on 3rd and short, and with the level of movement his offensive line got, I think there was a chance he could have just lowered his shoulder and powered forward for the first down. Maybe that's just me, but it's something I kind of wonder if the Raiders coaching staff talked about when they reviewed his tape. The final play we'll look at, and this one really set the tone for the Redskins defense, happened at about the 10-minute mark in the third quarter. Lynch took the handoff out of shotgun and tried to stretch the defense to his left. Jonathan Allen tries to shed the block and tackle Lynch, but he stays on his feet. From the secondary, DJ Swearinger came hard and lowered the boom to bring Lynch to the ground. These type of plays may seem simple, but for a defense that was missing an edge, it's definitely a drastic improvement. In summary, 3 things had to happen for the Redskins not only to win this game, but to completely dominate. They out-schemed the Raiders on their defensive side, Derek Carr was beyond awful, and finally, the Redskins offense looked great with Kirk Cousins and using Chris Thompson as a complete mismatch in space. Moving on to next week, I am super excited for the Monday night game versus the Kansas City Chiefs, so we'll see what happens there. And speaking of that game, the sponsor of this video, BetDSI.com, wants to offer any of the viewers of this channel an opportunity to bet on this game. If you use the promo code BREAK25, you can get a free $25 wager to bet on this game. Currently, the Redskins are a 7-point underdog in Kansas City, and if they play as well as they did Sunday night, they should be able to keep this game close. Another interesting gamble could be on the over and under, which is set at 49.5 points. Now, what I'll be doing with my free $25 is taking the Washington Redskins to cover the spread, and I'll also strongly consider taking the under. But again, if you use the promo code BREAK25, this wager will be completely free. Well, that's all I have for you in this one. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and click on the link to my Patreon account. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at SamuelRGold.
I mean, first and foremost, you don't come in here and say what you're going to put up on somebody. 200 yards? Did he even catch 2 balls? You only caught 1, huh? So please, whatever you do, do not run your mouth. You're a wide receiver and you expect to show up on Sundays, because I'm telling you, we are here and we're waiting. Don't come out here and tell me what you're going to do. Show me. You'll have to run through me to get that. We ain't letting that happen.